2024 Drone Holiday Gift Guide. Got that coming up next. Bill, a drone reviewer here. If you like the content of this video or anything on my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. With that, let's begin. The other night, I hosted Rotor Talk Live and was joined by Mr. Marcus Crawford and Mr. Ron Brown. We spent the better part of the evening discussing the 2024 Drone Holiday Gift Guide. So without any further ado, let's roll that clip in its entirety. Now, what we're going to do here, I have a detailed guide we're going to go through here in a minute. But one of the things that I want to share here was Drone DJ had an article out, and the article is called 7 DJI drones you can still get before Christmas. Okay. Now this is purely on their part. Okay. DJI Neo, named one of the best inventions of 2024. DJI Mini4 Pro, compact yet mighty. DJI Mini4 Pro. DJI Avata 2. DJI Mavic 3 Pro. DJI FPV Explorer combo. DJI Mavic Air 2 Fly More combo. Wow. Okay. That kind of surprised me. All right. Now the gist of this whole article and what they're talking about is that these drones are available. All right. Now notice one of the drones that they did not say here, the DJI Air3S was not mentioned in the list here. Okay. That was just, I found that to be very interesting here. Okay.
Maybe because they don't have an affiliate link for it because you can't get it anywhere but DJI.
That may be possible, Ron. That may be possible here. I gotta find that link here, so give me a second. Let's see where.
Well, they're pretty good drones in that list.
Yeah, those are some good drones on that list.
They're all good. Hey, Bill, did you see Casey Crime Fighter's last? Well, let's see. Yeah, his last comment there.
No, let me take a look and see.
Yeah, I think it's worth posting.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know why they did that. It's plenty of bad fuzzy fake drone shots out there you could use.
Yeah. Well, what I will say is at least they reported. They say, instead of denying it, like Fox News would never back off of something like that. They'd say, "Oh no, it's real."
All right, we're going to go ahead here.
Almost $1 billion.
Yeah.
Now, I put together this guide here, and the first thing that I wanted to go over here, 3 questions you need to answer. Now, this is whether or not you're buying a drone for somebody or you're looking to purchase one yourself. Now, the first one is, what is your budget? And I think that's something that that's one of the first questions. When I get questions asked me via email or chat, all right, my response back are these 3 questions. The first one is, what is your budget? How much are you wanting to spend? Number 2, what's your experience level? Are you a complete newbie, or have you had some experience with it? Where do you stand as far as that's concerned? And then the last one, what is your goal? And what I mean by that, are you just going to be a recreational user and just do some selfies with this? Or are you going to be someone that wants to go out and go to old abandoned buildings and shoot panoramas of them? And, or are you someone that wants to maybe think about getting a Part 107? What is your goal with something like this? Do you want to be, a semi-professional? Do you want to be a professional? Where are you at with all of this? I think these are 3 questions that I look to ask people when they're asking me, can you help me in terms of buying a drone? Because, when you answer these 3 questions, I can better be able to tell you what drones may be right for you. What do you guys think about this?
That's basic things. If you're buying somebody for the Christmas and you're not worried about them knowing what you're getting them, this is a good place to start. Yeah,
that's a good place to start. What I get all the time is I'll get a comment on a video that'll say, well, should I buy the DJI Mini4 Pro or the Fimi Mini 3? And it just drives me crazy. because without knowing what they want to do with the drone, like you said right here, Bill, what is their budget? What is their experience level? And so I'll be honest with you. I usually just say, hey, I just don't, I very seldom do I ever answer those kind of comments. I just tell them, hey, just go out and watch a bunch of videos and figure out what works best for you.
And Bill, the tough one is question one here. What is your budget? Because you get somebody that they'll say my budget's $100, right? Well, then I really don't have anything to recommend for them or whatever. Maybe get something else besides a drone for the person then, because for $100 you're going to get something that's probably not going to last much beyond the Christmas holiday.
So I say the same thing. I tell people the same thing. If you can't spend $300 on a drone, depending on what's on sale at the time, $200 to $300, what you're going to get is a toy that is not going to be reliable. Yeah, maybe you can fly it, but trust me, by the end of Christmas Day, it'll be up in a tree someplace.
Or indoors, directed to a wall or something like that.
Right.
Hey, if you don't have $100, maybe consider getting an RC car instead.
Exactly, Ron. That's a good point. One of the other things that I didn't mention in here, and this is something that I do when I get these questions asked of me, if people have persisted, and what I tell them to do, email me at buildadronereviewer@gmail.com. That way I take it offline, and people, I'm not having this lengthy discussion in the comments section on a video. All right. Because I don't want to confuse other people, and I want to be able to answer that person's question. So a lot of times they will email me, which is good. Okay. So that's where I want to go.
Yeah.
Well, Bill, what I worry about too is,
go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry, Ron.
Go ahead.
Somebody chooses a drone that I say, okay, go buy the Mini4K or whatever, and then they get it and they're mad because it doesn't have waypoints or something like that. I don't want to be responsible for that. So I'm not going to tell anybody what to buy. And
the experience thing there too, Bill. The problem is too the experience. Like Marcus and I, we recommend a lot. Oh, get the Mini4K or whatever. But the experience. What if the person already has a DJI Mini 2? Well, the Mini4K will be the same thing. If they already have a drone like the Mini 2, then you want to recommend drones like the Air or something like that. Drones are a step up, not like a equal footing drone or a step down.
Now, see, and I'll use this for an example. My manager's a great guy, and based on my advice, he got a Mini4K, which is perfect for him.
Oh yeah.
What he wants for he rents out his former house, okay? And it has a flat roof up there. It's a 2-story, and in order to check that roof, he would need to climb a ladder and go up there all the time.
Right.
And based on his needs, I gave him a list of 2 or 3 drones that I think would meet your needs. And I told him, I said, this is your price level on these drones here. All right. And then when the Mini4K got on sale, and I told him, I said, I think this is a drone you probably ought to consider buying because it's just such a super great price. And he did. And he's been very pleased. He made a good decision. Now,
that was a good call because he won't outgrow that drone quickly either, Bill.
No, he won't, because he's using it exactly what it's intended for. And it's already, what the good thing for him is it sparked an interest in wanting to get a Part 107. So he's already, I gave him some references in terms of, especially I said, Remote Pilot 101 is probably the way to go for you. Because I know, he and I, we sync up real well. Okay. We're on the same page. And because people in his neighborhood asked him, after the hurricane, can you fly over my house? And I told him, I said, technically, you can't do that unless you're a Part 107. I said, even if I'm not getting compensated, I said, even if you're not getting compensated, you have to have a Part 107 to do that. All right. And then, we got into discussions regarding liability, and he has an LLC already set up. So, he's a step ahead of the game. But we're going to move on.
Some drives asking, does he have a Part 107 for the roof inspection? You just talked about that, Bill.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
So you guys have heard one of Bob Dempsey's favorite stories.
What's that?
He sees a guy in his neighborhood doing roof inspections with a drone, right? I'm sure it's probably insurance work or something like that. So, Bob, he wanted to go up and just say hi to the guy and, how you doing or whatever. The guy lands the drone. Guess what he was doing roof inspections with? It was a Holy Stone drone.
Oh my gosh.
that this guy was doing professional work with.
David, part 107.
Who knows? I don't know. I just thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, well, again, whoever's doing the roof inspections, they're not on site or whatever. They don't know if he's flying a Holy Stone or a DJI Inspire.
Yeah, I wonder about resolution though. But anyway,
usually people like that, they only want like 1080p anyways.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
Because remember, those guys, you don't need the crop punch in; they just get close.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's still kind of ironic. But we'll let Bill get back to his holiday guide here. He's got the Neo up now.
The Neo, it's from ranges in price from $199 to $289. Features 4K video, multiple control options, hand takeoff and landing, and internal storage in there. Recommendations are, DJI touts this as a vlogging tool, and they recommend that you be 16 and over to get something like this.
And a lot of people don't realize, you need a smartphone, and a tablet won't work. It needs to be a smartphone with a cellular connection to activate that drone.
Exactly. That's a good point.
So
Ron.
if you give it to somebody like a kid or whatever, he doesn't have somebody to help him. Well, I know every kid has a smartphone now, but I guess you definitely keep in mind, because I know G-Man, we had a lengthy conversation about this or whatever, that because I think he flies with all tablets that don't have that, so
that's a good point.
But again, and this is a beginner drone, but it's a strange beginner drone, because if your main focus isn't vlogging or whatever, then I don't know if that is the best drone to begin with, because it's for a little bit more you get a much better camera drone with the Mini 4K. And again, if your primary concern is vlogging and the drone following behind you, then maybe so. But if your primary concern is camera drone type of features, then I don't know about this.
Right. And I think it's a price leader for DJI. I mean, $199 is going to be attractive, and it's going to pull a lot of people in. And when
once you add a controller, if you're a controller person, then you're above the price of the Mini 4K.
Exactly. And then that's the
next.
If
you got all that FPV gear, you're way above $500.
Right, and that's the next drone on the list is the Mini 4K.
Yes.
Ranges from $299 up to $449 with all the other options. Under 249 grams, 4K video, 10-kilometer video transmission range, 31-minute flight time, quick shots and panoramas. And like I said in the recommendations, it has quality video, and obviously for 16 and over. And it's going from you're going from a Neo, which is really just a very basic vlogging type of tool, to something that is really more of what we consider like the beginning point of drones is concerned.
A real camera drone.
Can I describe the Neo a little bit differently, Bill?
Go ahead.
I would say it's someplace between a real drone and a toy. I wouldn't call it a toy, but I'm not going to call it a real drone like I would this Mini 4K either. It's kind of out there and kind of in the middle there someplace.
Yeah, it's a good follow me drone, and it's a not so good camera drone, and not so good FPV drone. But
it's an all around drone. It does a lot of stuff. So
it does a lot, but what master of none in a lot of cases though.
Absolutely, Ron.
Except for the following part, the following and vlogging part. Then it's the top of the line DJI for things like that.
We're going to go ahead and go on to the next one here, and it's the Mini 4 Pro. Now, I skipped over the Mini 3 because availability issues. I know DJI's had some issues with that right now, but I wanted to go to the Mini 4 Pro because it's still the basic drone itself's under $1,000. It's $759 to $1,159 with everything with it, up to 45 minutes of flight time, 4K 60 frames per second video, true vertical shooting with this, obstacle avoidance, active track 360, multiple controller options with this. And this is really truly the DJI's entry level into what I would consider professional quality.
So I can vouch for this drone. This is a drone. Who said this is a drone flyer's drone?
If it was the only drone I ever owned, I'd be happy as a clam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You nailed it, Marcus. It really is. It does everything, and it does it so well. And, it just, how can you not like this drone? It really does what you need. And it really what I would consider the beginnings of a professional type of drone.
Yeah.
It really,
If you go straight and buy this, you don't say, you don't have to waste $199 Neo and realize it's not enough a drone for you. You don't have to keep buying drones over again. If you buy this thing, you're probably set for a couple of years.
Exactly.
It's earned that pro moniker. There's no question about it. The other thing is that it's feature rich. It has all the features of DJI's more expensive, bigger drones.
And one of the other things too was something like this, and this is something for those of you out there who are seasoned drone flyers, and if you don't have a Mini4 Pro, say for example, all right, you can buy the stock unit, the base unit, $759, all right, and if you have that controller that goes with it with another one of your drones, it'll pair up with it, so you don't have to go out there and buy that controller and spend that money, which is, I think it's around $300 to get one of them. You don't have to do that. You can get the base model and still have that capability and the features with this. And, buying individual batteries really isn't that expensive. So, don't always be sucked in by having to get the Fly More combo unless you really want to do that. All right. This is a drone that I almost always would recommend to somebody. And it really helps lead on to bigger and better things like the Air 3. All right.
Yeah.
In the Air 3, it really was a groundbreaking type of drone. All right. Starting out at $1,099 to $1,549. Now, pay attention, because coming up, I know DJI said, I think December, I think maybe tomorrow or the next day, it's going to be on sale again. I think for the Christmas season. So
and you can actually order this one on Amazon and the other sites, right? Unlike the Air3S, this one you can still get from U.S. retailers.
And it has incredible features on here. 46 minutes of flight time, wide angle camera, 3x medium telecamera, 48 megapixel photos, 4K 60 frames per second HDR videos, omnidirectional optical sensing, HD 04 HD video transmission, 20 kilometer max range. And as I said, complete feature set for serious video.
And what the spec sheet doesn't tell you is, if you have problems with your mini drones in the wind, this drone solves all that wind issues.
Exactly. You have no problems flying this drone on a windy day whatsoever. It really
is kind of like almost like the Corvette of drones, right, Marcus? This thing can haul the mail.
It can haul the mail. I describe the way these DJI Air3 and the Air3S fly as athletic. It has a 10 meters per second ascent and descent speed, which is fast. That's about over 20 miles an hour. So when you pull down on the downstick with this drone, it's dropping like a rock. Conversely, when you hit the upstick, it's feels more like an FPV drone. It's heading for the air.
Marcus, remember the saying butter? It's like butter.
That's what iPhone does said, huh?
Yeah, it's like butter.
It's butter, he said.
It's butter. Well, here's the Air3S, and it's priced similarly to the Air 3 right now. Having some incredible feature set on there, including LiDAR. And if you want to go find out what LiDAR is all about, watch last week's episode with Rick, because he just, Marcus asked the question and Rick answered it, and it was fantastic. I absolutely love that. If you want to find out a lot about a lot of these drones, please go back and watch last week's episode. I can't say that enough.
Yeah, if you don't think LiDAR helps, Marcus and I can tell you, Bill, this is the best return to home drone I've ever seen, right, Marcus?
It's amazing.
Not even close.
Yeah.
It's not even close. That next gen smart return to home with enhanced precision, the LiDAR on it, the camera. I mean, it really is a complete feature set. And the only drone that is better than that is the Mavic.
Oh, we forgot one small thing, though, Bill. Though, don't order it if it's got to come through Miami Customs.
Yeah, that's another thing. Getting it through Miami Customs is something else. And then Mavic 3 Pro is in a class by itself.
Oh,
okay,
boy, the big boy.
The 70 millimeter telecamera, 160 millimeter telecamera, 5.1K, 50 frames per second, and 4K, 120 frames per second. 43 minutes of flight time, omnidirectional optical sensing, 15 kilometer HD video transmission, I mean, this is a professional videographer's drone. I mean,
Love that drone.
yeah. There's absolutely no question about that as far as who this drone is destined for. Now, I also wanted to talk about the Avata 2 just a little bit, because I know a lot of people would have said, we didn't talk about the Avata 2. So I got the Avata 2 on
the Avata 2, Bill.
And it ranges in price from $999 to $1199. It features FPV flight experience, easy acro, tight shots, and super wide 4K, 1 1/3 inch image sensor, built-in propeller guard. It has turtle mode, binocular fisheye visual positioning, one tap sky VFX, and it's an easy to use.
What's one tap sky VFX? Do we know?
I just got it out of the feature set.
The binocular things, the ability to see out of the goggles, right? To see what's in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what that one tap sky thing is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either. But I wanted to get this out here as an option, because I know a lot of people would have asked about it.
And of course, now Easy Acro even has that. What do you call that fancy flip when it goes all the way around?
Power loop.
Power loop. It's power looping now, Bill.
Power loop. There you go. Now, I wanted to throw up here honorable mentions for the Specta Mini and the Specta Air. And one things I wanted to note, I did tell everybody last week, or maybe a couple of weeks ago, that batteries were going to be available starting December 25th out on Amazon. Well, right now, both the Mini and the Air are not showing as available out on Amazon right now. And, one of the things that I wanted to, let me get back here, get that up again. Okay. And I wanted to say right now, I think they're probably restocking. So be watching on December 25th.
Well, no wonder that Specta Mini is not available at $219. It probably blew off the shelves, Bill.
Oh, it did, because I had so many people, and I don't really keep track as closely as I should of what I sell through Amazon, but I went through some of my history. I had so many people buy the Specta Mini because of the video I put out about it. And the number one question I've been getting is batteries for both the Mini and the Air, and that should be addressed on coming up here shortly on December 25th is what my contact from Cojito told me, that they'll be there. And I think you'll see the same thing as well as far as the drones themselves. I think they'll be available on those dates as well. So I think that's where we're at.
And the Cojito drones they have no trouble selling with the big box retailers either, right?
Well, Amazon's the only place you can buy them right now.
Okay.
Right now. So that's where they're at. Now, that's the number one question that I get as far as after sales service. And the guy, my contact with Cojito says, you need to email after-sales@cojito.com, and they will get you taken care of if you have an issue. They will address it right then and there. That's the support system.
And let's be honest with the folks. Not too many $219 drones offer much support.
Right. And it's basically a Mini 4K is what it is. And the Specta Air is basically an Air 3. Question of the day. What did you think of 2024 Drone Holiday Gift Guide? Let me know in the comments section below. Thanks so much for watching. And remember, it's a great day to fly.